Hey guys, what is up? It is Ray here bringing you guys another video, and today I wanted to give you guys a video defending Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is a little different, but I want to continue bringing more Sparking Zero content to the channel because, simply put, I love the game. You guys know I stream it a bunch. I love playing it, and I've made a fair amount of videos on it, and I want to continue doing so. And there's this narrative going around on the internet that this game sucks, and I just think that could not be further from the truth. Now, let me start off by saying, like, is this the greatest Dragon Ball game ever? No, it's not. Is it top 3 Dragon Ball games ever? I don't know. You be the judge of that. But in terms of modern video games coming out, right? AAA gaming. We all know that in the modern day, gaming has just taken such a step back from where it was. Our expectations lower every single year with a brand new release. We're always wondering what they're gonna forget about, right? If you are like me, right, and you play Call of Duty on launch, every year we're wondering just how much of the game is gonna work when it comes out. And we know every time they update it, it's gonna be shit. Now, there are some exceptions to this in terms of AAA gaming. Fortnite rarely has serious issues, and if there ever are, they're fixed within a day. Or if they have issues with, money or anything, they always reward their player base for sticking with them. Like, Fortnite is usually really good, especially with cheaters, of which Call of Duty wishes they were. So in this landscape of all these games coming out and either flopping, a la Battlefield 2042, or if you want to talk about games from other genres that flopped as soon as they came out because they weren't released, there's plenty to choose from. So Sparking Zero, that was my biggest concern with it coming out. I was excited because they had forever to make the game. From what I heard, it was not a rushed development cycle. They've been planning it for years. They were really excited to bring these games back. And I think this got announced around 2020, 2021, someone like that. And it didn't release until, I believe it was 2024. And they had plenty of time to polish the game, and I think that really shows in the game. One of the things that I love about it are the graphics. Now, graphics aren't the end-all, be-all to me. You guys have known I repeat this point over and over again in my videos whenever I do review games, but graphics aren't the end-all, be-all to me. You can have like average graphics, but if the game is fantastic and it's so much fun to play, I don't care how mid the graphics are. Gameplay is what matters most to me. Graphics are a nice cherry on top, and in this game, they are gorgeous. The graphics, the animations, it's just, the game is buttery smooth, and that transfers over into the online play as well, which you're seeing some clips of me doing online, and some of them are just me fighting like the Legendary Warrior event they had going on. But I don't know how many streams I've done where I've streamed for 2 hours straight, but just playing online ranked, because the ranking system, well, the game itself is so buttery smooth. And in ranked, there's no hiccups in connection. Sometimes I'll get a laggy lobby, but it's not like it's a server issue. The following game will be perfect. It's usually just the person that I'm connecting with that has the issues. So, this game, again, buttery smooth. Graphics are fantastic. There's no dip in online quality. Anytime that I've hosted a lobby and played with my friends, never had connection issues. And I think that is huge for an online fighting game because, part of the love of Dragon Ball, at least for the anime for me, is how fast and fluid but devastating the fights can get. They move so fast, but the impacts are so powerful. You feel it when they hit each other. And I feel like they did a great job in this game as well. You have this super fast movement, it's very fluid, and the impacts are fantastic. So that was something I was worried about. So the gameplay, overall, I love it. I don't really have any issues with it. I love the combo system. I know some people think the combos are a little bit neutered compared to the older games, and they may be. I mostly played Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3. I didn't really play the first one, but Tenkaichi 2, I played an ungodly amount of hours on for years. And then Tenkaichi 3, I had on the Wii, and I beat it. I had it for like a year or two, and then I never got to play it again. But compared to those games, the combat feels great to me. I like the amount of combos there are. I like how many different ways there are to move. I love how many different strategies there are. Like, as you can see in the clip that that was on screen for a moment, one of the best combos, in my opinion, is just to get around or get behind somebody and just hit them with a powerful blow that stuns them, and then you can just chain it into more combos. But there's plenty of other ways to do it like that. You can knock an enemy down and fly behind them and just start juggling them. Or when you're juggling them, you can stun them again and then lead it into another combo. There's just so many creative ways to do combos in this game. And the special moves, oh my god, they are gorgeous. Everyone has their own unique special moves. I know back in the day, we used to have a lot of maximum finishers where it's literally just a full ki blast or a full charge ki wave and shit like that. I don't know off the top of my head if there are repeats in here, but I know every character has their own distinct ultimate move. They have a bunch of distinct combos. They have a bunch of distinct special moves, which in my opinion is just fantastic. I mean, all the characters feel unique. There's so many versions of them. There's probably like 20 different versions of Goku in the game, and they all have unique fighting styles while also feeling the same. You know, like Goku usually has a Kamehameha no matter what form he's in, but the kind of Kamehameha is different based on the Super Saiyan form. I really like that, and they matched it really well with the anime. So one more thing I want to talk about before we move on to, you know, just like story and all that other kind of stuff while we're just solely focused on gameplay. Ranked is amazing. I love Ranked. It was down for a while and they brought it back, and it fully got me into playing the game again. I think the Ranked play is buttery smooth. I love doing solos, and I love doing DP battles so people can't just spam fucking Beerus or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Even though they nerf the characters, you're still a bitch if you use them. I'm gonna say that. But to those of you who respect the honor system and, you know, like to go with like maybe like a Super Saiyan Goku like you're seeing in the clip now, I respect you. But DP battles make it so you don't got to really worry about that, because if someone does use Beerus, they take up 10 of the 15 DP slots. So really well done. I really enjoy Ranked. I like the ranked system. I like how they've evolved it since launch. Now there's rewards based on where you finish at the end of ranked seasons, and I think that is fantastic. It's just another reason to get people to play the game. So I love Ranked. I love the online in general. I love the combat in general. I love the art style. I love the animation. I love the graphics. Where's the issue I have with this game? Probably the story, and I don't think it's terrible. They tried something new, right? They wanted to do stories not in one big linear fashion, but they gave you a lot of what ifs within the story. Now, what ifs have been a thing in Dragon Ball for years. However, they brought them back in this game, and they made them part of the storyline where you make the choices. So the first one that I can think of off the top of my head is at the start of the Z story, right? With Goku, you can either choose to fight with Piccolo against Raditz, or you can choose to go by yourself and bring Krillin. And in doing so, Krillin dies, comes back, spoiler alert, dies, comes back, and when he dies again in the Saiyan Saga, or he almost gets crushed by Vegeta, Goku turns into a fucking Super Saiyan in the Saiyan Saga. So you have these really cool what ifs for every character. Every character has what ifs, but some stories are longer than the others. Like Vegeta, it's literally just his story in Z. He doesn't get anything from Super, even though he's a main character in Super, and he doesn't get anything like the Broly fight from the movie. Like, no, you literally just get Z Vegeta with some good side stories, but you don't even get to go Super Saiyan God in his story, which is such a missed opportunity, even though Goku's goes straight through Super. So Goku's is by far the longest. You get some other ones like Frieza or Goku Black. Goku Black's is much shorter. Same with Jiren's and stuff. So they tried something new, which is why I don't hate it. I beat all the stories. They're still fun. You know, the cutscenes leave a lot to be desired, but they went for a more toned back story, and it looks like they put all their effort into gameplay and fluidity, which honestly, I love that. Like, I would love to live in the world where we got both, you know, really deep story and really fun gameplay, but for this game, it's the first one in years. I'm going to cut it a little slack, which I know is blasphemous to say nowadays. Sorry, I just dropped my controller now to catch it while I was recording. But it's blasphemous to say nowadays. Nobody wants to give developers any slack because they have so much technology, and I get it. I'm guilty of this as well. Maybe I'm soft on it because I love Dragon Ball so much, but just honest to God, it doesn't bother me with this game because the gameplay is so fun. Now, if the gameplay was shit, I'd be like, where the fuck did you put all of the time and resources you had? But they slapped it with this game, and they're adding DLC characters. I think Shallot came in a free update. I don't even think you had to have the season pass. But we got Daima characters, we got the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie characters, so we got Beast Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta, and we're gonna get one more character pack that we know of from this first season pass. Maybe we'll get more. Like I know Fighter Z and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot had way more DLC than initially thought. Same as Xenoverse 2. I mean, Xenoverse 2 just got Super Saiyan 3 Adult Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. So like they're still updating hella. But you know, me personally, I think the game's great. I really love it, and I do think the game is very underrated. When I compare it to other Dragon Ball titles around now, I'm not a big Xenoverse fan. Like, I'm really not. I understand the hype. I get it. It's like Tenkaichi with the 3D, you know, fighting style, but it's not as fluid for me. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel as fluid. Now, there are great players at Xenoverse who could probably make it look fluid as fuck. Maybe I just suck at the game, but I did a full playthrough of the story, not on YouTube, but I did do the entire thing, and I did some, you know, side quests, the parallel quests, whatever. I'm just not a fan of the game that much. Fighter Z, very fun. Stop playing it, you know? So when it comes to modern Dragon Ball games, the ones that I love were Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and this one. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think Sparking Zero is underrated? Do you like seeing it on the channel? Be sure to let me know because I love recording it. And let me know what you thought about this video down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help me on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And hey, if this video does well, I'll do even more Sparking Zero videos in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to all the members. Thank you guys so much for all the support you leave on the channel. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. This is Austin, and I'm out. Peace, guys.